Wait. I'm starting. Yeah, now you can start.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Prathamesh Gorpade. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this session. First of all, I will extend special welcome to our guest, Professor Y.R. Atre sir, former professor and head electrical engineering department, Walchand College of Engineering Sangli, and Mr. Amul Tavre sir, assistant engineer, MSc DCL, Koregaon, Satara. Department of Electrical Engineering of Anna Sahib Dange College of Engineering and Technology Ashta organized the technical seminar cum training program on power generation and demand scenario in India's western zone in year 2020. So today is the second day of this program. Now we will start with the presentation. Now, as we see in the last session, like that we analyze the data of April 2020 for Western region. Now we analyze the brief of hydrogen, wind and solar generation. In hydro generation in the month of April 20 was 1247.11 megaunits at the average of 41.57 megaunits per day. The maximum hydro generation was 56.20 megaunits on 17 April 2020. Hydro generation increased by 20.50% compared to the last year of the same month. Next, then the wind generation is total wind generation in the month was 1783 megaunits at the average of 59.40 megaunits per day in the month of April 20. Solar generation decreased by 8.1% compared to the last year same month. The maximum wind generation during April 20 was the 7071 megawatt observed on 24th April. The maximum renewable generation in April 20 was 10,573 megawatt on 25th April 2020. Solar generation. Then the solar generation of 981 mega units generated in the month of April 20 at the average of 33 mega units per day. The solar generation increased by 14.9% compared to the last year same month. The maximum solar generation of 478 megawatt achieved on the 2nd April 20 at 13 hours. As we see the graph, there is a higher generation is of wind, then there is a below that there is hydro generation, and below that there is a solar generation. Then we see the overall frequency profile in April 20. We got the maximum frequency of 50.3 on 4th April and minimum frequency of 49.61 Hz on 1st April at the average frequency of 50.01. Then as we the see frequency profile like that, we also analyze the voltage profile data of various stations. There are 26 stations available at western region, in which we get the maximum voltage of 436 volt at the Kalwa station and voltage of 381 at Mapusa station. As we know, the for three-phase supply voltage was 415 volt, which is the standard value, and in that 6% means 390 volt to 440 volt. The voltage is acceptable. So we conclude that the system is good if the supply voltage value is varies between 390 volt to 440 volt. Then the next is generation outages, which is classified into two outages. That is nothing but the plant and force outages. The outages may define as the quantity or bulk something lost in transmission line or a failure or interruption in the electricity. First upon we will see the planned outage. The planned outage means any planned reduction of the electrical output. This is only due to the inspection, maintenance or repairing of equipment that is scheduled. Then we see the force outage. The shutdown condition of power station in transmission line or a distribution line is nothing but the force outage when the generating unit is unavailable to produce power due to unexpected breakdown or sometimes due to natural disaster. The immediate shutdown of electricity is done. The all planned and forced outages are in the megawatt. We got the 14,155 megawatt on the 1st April, that is planned outages, and 11,814 megawatt, that is force outage, we got on 6th April. Then we will see the comparison of hourly demand curve of Western region and Maharashtra on the minimum day on 5th April. We got the 31,499 megawatt in the Western region, and in Maharashtra there is 13,709 megawatt. Now we see the hourly demand curve on regional peak day on 13th April. We got the 43,729 megawatt in the western region and got 18,381 megawatt in Maharashtra. From by analyzing the data of month April, we can conclude that in the Western region has made gross peak demand of 43,729 megawatt on 13th April 20. It was 20.20% lower as compared to the last year of April 19. That was the 56,222 megawatt. Average demand met decreased by 24.64% compared to the last year April 19. The total energy consumption was the 27,508 mega units in the month of April 20 at the average of 917 mega units per day, and the maximum was 982 mega units on 13 April. Average energy consumption decreased by 24.64% compared to the last year April 19. That was the 1217 mega units. As compared to the last month, that is the lockdown period is started and many of industries are shut down. Hence, there is a energy consumption decreases from 7.11% to 24.60%. Now I hand over the session to Arti.
Thanks, Prathamesh. Myself, Arti Patil. Until now, we have analyzed data for 4 months. Let us move to next month, May 2020. Now, we will see the comparison of generation with different renewable energy sources, such as hydro energy, wind energy, solar energy. First is hydro generation. Hydro generation in the month of May 20 was 1138.07 mega units at the average of 36.71 mega units per day. Hydro generation decreased by 19.18% compared to last year of the same month. Next is wind generation. Total wind generation in the month was 3045 mega units at the average of 98.2 mega units per day. In the month of May 20, wind generation increased by 13.11% compared to last year same month. Next is solar generation. Solar generation of 1016 mega units generation in the month of May 20 at the average of 33 mega units per day. Solar generation increased by 12.63% compared to last year same month. From all this data, we analyzed that in May month, maximum generation was with wind energy and minimum with solar energy. Now we will see the frequency profile. System frequency always remain in IGC band. IGC stands for Indian Electricity Grid Code. The permitted IGC band for frequency is 49.95 to 50.05 Hz. Graph is plotted for average frequency for each day in May month. Uh, from graph, the maximum of the frequency is 50.04 on 28th of May, and the minimum observed frequency was 49.98 Hz on 9th of May. Average frequency in May month was 50.01 Hz. Now we will see the voltage profile. The standard three-phase supply voltage in India is 440 volt, and the permitted voltage band is 390 volt to 440 volt. First graph is plotted for maximum and minimum voltage for each station. From graph, the observed maximum voltage is 440 volt on Dhule station, and minimum voltage is 386 volt on Mapusa station. Second graph showing the average voltage for each station. Now we will see the generation outage. Generation outage is the period during which generating station is out of service. There are two types of outages, plan outages and force outages. In May month, the maximum outage is 43,282 megawatt on 1st of May, and the minimum outage is 35,221 megawatt on 24th of May. Now we will see the comparison of hourly load curve of Maharashtra and Western region. Here is for that hourly demand curve is plotted for 10th of May. For Western region, the minimum demand was 35,933 megawatt, and for Maharashtra it was 14,139 megawatt at 11 p.m. Now we will see for the maximum demand. For maximum demand, hourly curve is plotted for 28th of May. Maximum demand for Western region was 51,148 megawatt, and for Maharashtra it was 21,288 megawatt at 4 p.m. From all these data, we analyze that Western region has made gross peak demand of 51,148 megawatt on 28th of May. It was 10.41% lower as compared to May 19. Average demand may decrease by 14.82% compared to last year, May 19. Total energy consumption was 32,455 mega units in the month of May 20 at the average of 1047 mega units per day, and maximum was 1133 mega units on 26th of May 20. Average energy consumption decreased by 14.82% compared to last year, May 19. Average energy consumption increased by 15.24% as compared to April 20. The reason was the government starting to implement a relaxation for economic activities and the increased use of AC as the temperature is 45 degrees Celsius in May 20. Now we will analyze the data for the June 2020. Now we will see the comparison of generation with different renewable energy sources such as hydro energy, wind energy, and solar energy. Hydro generation in the month of June 20 was 1,142.34 mega unit at the average of 38.08 mega unit per day. Hydro generation growth by 206% compared to last year same month. Second is wind generation. Total wind generation in the month was 2,202 mega unit at the average of 73.4 mega unit per day in the month of June 20. Wind generation decreased by 27% as compared to last year same month. Next is solar generation. Solar generation of 771 mega units generated in the month of June 20 at the average of 26 mega unit per day. Solar generation increased by 3% compared to last year same month. From all this data, we analyzed that in June month, maximum generation was with wind energy and minimum was with solar energy. Now we will see the frequency profile. For frequency profile, the graph is plotted for frequency for each day in June month. The minimum observed frequency is 49.97 Hz on 9th of June, and the maximum observed frequency is 50.05 on 25th of June. Average frequency for June month was 50.01 Hz. Now we will see the voltage profile. Uh, in for the voltage profile, some substation in western region are listed. A graph is plotted for the minimum and maximum voltage for each station. Maximum observed voltage was 440 volt on the west station, and the minimum observed voltage was 383 volt on the Agam station. Now we will see the generation outages. In June month, maximum maximum of the generation outage is 38,234 megawatt on 1st of June, and the minimum is 21,649 megawatt on 28th of June. Now we will see the comparison of hourly load curve for Maharashtra and Western region. Uh, Here is hourly demand curve on regional minimum day on 4th of June is plotted. In Western region, the minimum demand was 30,991 megawatt, and for Maharashtra, it was 9,914 uh, megawatt. Now we will see for maximum demand. For maximum demand, hourly demand curve on regional peak day of 1st of June is plotted. For Western region, the maximum demand was 47,627 megawatt, and for Maharashtra, it was 18,147 megawatt. From all this data, we analyzed that uh, Western region has met gross peak demand of 47,627 megawatt on 1st of June, and it was 16.10% lower as compared to June 19. Average demand met decreased by 16.40% compared to last year June 19. Total energy consumption was 29,055 mega units in the month of June 20 at the average of 968 mega units per day, and maximum was 1042 mega units on 25th of June. Average average energy consumption decreased by 16.40% compared to last year June 19. Average energy consumption decreased by 10.47% as compared to last month May. The reason for the power demand decline for June 20 was the coronavirus led lockdown on account of a decline in commercial and industrial demand from major manufacturing states such as Maharashtra, Gujarat. In today's session, we have analyzed data for 3 months. Uh, now, thank you so much for everyone for your precious time and awesome response. And I would like to thank Bhagwan sir for giving us this opportunity. Now we will sharing the quiz link in chat box. Please attend the quiz. Thank you.